Okay guys, so what I'm here to talk about today is why the Sacramento Kings are going to contend for the 8th seed in the Western Conference during the 2014-2015 season. Now, before I get started, I just want to say that I see the Sacramento Kings this year as the Phoenix Suns of last year, a team that many people don't expect to win over 40 plus games, almost 50, and be hovering around the 8th spot. Now, the main reason why I say this is because I believe going into the 2014-15 season that the Sacramento Kings offense will revolve more around DeMarcus Cousins being in the low post and throwing the ball into him and letting the defenses adjust to that. If they double team him, he could just kick it back out to one of his perimeter guys like Rudy Gay or Nick Stauskas and let Rudy Gay find the open hole in the defense and attack the basket, or if it's Nick Stauskas, he can shoot the wide open three, and that'll cause headaches for defenses, because they gotta decide whether to stay honest and let DeMarcus Cousins score on them, or whether to double team DeMarcus Cousins and let the perimeter guys wreak havoc. Now, if the Sacramento Kings go the direction I suggested, which is revolve the offense around DeMarcus Cousins, DeMarcus Cousins will have to get at least 2 to 4 more field goal attempts than he got last season, which were 16.8 field goal attempts per game. And the reason why I say this, in order for this offense to take effect, DeMarcus Cousins has to touch the ball at least in 90% of the Sacramento Kings offensive possessions, because like I said earlier, that'll put opposing defenses in a bind. Do we stay honest and let DeMarcus Cousins wreck our front line by himself, or do we double team him and make Rudy Gay and the rest of the Sacramento Kings roster beat him? And this is gonna change game to game depending on what matchups Sacramento Kings are going against. Now, the second reason why I believe the Sacramento Kings are going to be the Phoenix Suns of this year is because the Sacramento Kings roster this year has tremendous depth. Now, because of the depth that the Sacramento Kings have on the roster, 2 things will happen. The first thing is when DeMarcus Cousins go to the bench. The Sacramento Kings could dramatically change the offense from go the ball into the Marcus Cousins repeatedly into the post to a more up-tempo offense. Let's say if they have Rudy Gay along with Ben McLemore and Derek Williams, those are great athletic players who can run up and down the court and cause havoc against opposing benches. Now the second thing that would happen when the Sacramento Kings bench comes in is that the Kings won't suffer as much as a drop off as other teams when they go from the starters to the bench, due to the fact that the Sacramento Kings have very good role players, starting with Kyle Landry, who last year, because he was limited to 18 games, only averaged 4.2 points with 3.2 rebounds, but he's typically around 11.5 points per game and 5.2 rebounds. When you follow that up with Ben McLemore, who I assume is going to come off the bench because if the offense is revolved around DeMarcus, they probably want as much 3-point shooting as possible. Ben McLemore last year in a disappointing rookie season averaged 8.8 points per game with 2.9 rebounds. Now those are solid numbers coming off the bench. And last but not least, you can interchange these 2 point guards, but most likely Ramon Sessions is coming off the bench. And last year he averaged 12.3 points per game with 4.1 assists. So it won't be that much of a drop off to that of Darren Collison. In fact, it'll be a little bit of an upgrade. Now, Darren Collison last year for the LA Clippers averaged 11.4 points per game with 3.7 assists. Now those two may interchange, like I said, but it's not that much of a drop off from either one. Now the only weak spot that I see like the Sacramento Kings is the fact that they don't have a starting point guard. But I assume at the deadline they'll either go after Ricky Rubio or Rajon Rondo in a package centered around Ben McLemore. But anyways, this team has all the talent in the world to contend for the 8th seed. And I wouldn't be surprised if they end up being better to that of the Houston Rockets. Anyway, guys, that's it for right now. Tell me what you think. Peace.